同胞たちよ、安らかに眠れ。
Top 10 animes where the main character is a legend. The first anime on our list is number 10, Errata, the Legend. Errata is the son of a noble family. He has always lived a life of luxury, though one day the princess gradually starts getting weaker and weaker, and since Errata's grandmother had claimed her grandson to be a female at his birth, Errata has no choice but to face the dilemma of becoming the next princess. However, before the storyline could continue, the princess gets assassinated, and since Errata was next in line to become the princess, he starts getting blamed for it. The young boy runs away. Meanwhile, in the modern day Japan, there is also a boy named Errata, but this one's troubles are a tad bit different. He is sick and tired of bullying. As fate would have it, the two Errata switch places, and that is how this story begins. Number 9, K Project. The story of this anime features kings. These are individuals who have been granted with ludicrous supernatural powers and are able to recruit others in order to form their clans. A king's job is usually to make sure that his clan members remain safe. Now that the story begins when a video of a certain clan members getting murdered goes viral, and as it turns out, a high school student named Yashiro Isana is accused of the crime, there is a manhunt for Yashiro, and things aren't calming down. But through it all, Yashiro comes into contact with the infamous Black Dog. What starts off as a mere murder is now gradually becoming a full-scale war between clans. Just how will Yashiro prove his innocence? Number 8. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes. A certain pair of eyes called Alpha Stigma are infamous for their abilities to analyze any and all kinds of magic, but having them is a curse because, as most believe it, they only bring destruction and chaos. The protagonist named Rainer Lute also bears these eyes. There was a time when he had to go through a period of extreme tragedy where many of his classmates died, but then he vowed to make the country more peaceful than ever together with his best friend who has now become the king. The king gives Rainer an important mission to find the hero's relic as they are significant in one way or another. So the journey begins. Together with him is a beautiful and skilled girl named Ferris. Now, what kind of truths will they learn on this journey? Number 7. The King's Avatar. The story revolves around the protagonist named Yesui. He is about as intelligent, charismatic, and a badass as a guy his age can be. He has always been a top tier gamer, so much so that even though he played a popular game called Glory for about 10 years, his teammates still ended up making him retire because he was just that good. Back when he was active, he was hailed as the battle god. However, now he's working part-time at an internet cafe. That is, until he finds out that the game has launched their new server. He signs up but goes with a different username. Now, what kind of adventures and uncertainties await this legend as he embarks yet again? Number 6. Yutawere Romono. A young woman named Iruru somehow ends up discovering an injured boy while she was in the forest. The boy is giving off mysterious vibes, but Iruru follows her heart and takes him home. Her grandmother and sister give the boy a name after realizing that the boy recalls nothing of his past, and even his own name. He doesn't even have ears and tails, unlike the rest of Iruru's village. Soon enough, a major conflict makes its way to Iruru's home. The boy knows he must do whatever he may in order to protect the home and the people he has come to love. But will he ever be able to learn something about his origins? Just who is he?
Just for some reason I can't control. What the hell is happening to me?
Anyways guys, I've got a quick question. Tell me about your top 10 animes in the comment section and maybe I'll make a video about them. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well then, let's get back to the list. Number 5. Black Cat. There is a man who goes by the title Black Cat. He is a cold and merciless assassin who has made a name for himself by fulfilling major tasks of a secret organization called Chrono. Though, as fate would have it, a strange encounter with a bounty hunter named Saya Minatsuki ends up changing the trajectory of his life. He becomes friends with her, and while their time together didn't last very long, it certainly was enough to make the man rethink what he is doing with his life. Black Cat, or should I say Train Hartnett, decides on starting a new career. But will the organization let him cut his ties with them? Number 4. Unlimited Psychic Squad. This anime is actually a side story of the anime called Zentai Karen Children. However, you can still watch it as a standalone. In fact, I recommend you do. Despite its fewer number of episodes, this story is much better than the main one. The story follows the protagonist named Hyobu Kyosuke. He is an esper of the highest caliber. Some time ago, he has to experience a sad betrayal, but despite what happened in the past, he is now a legend among espers, the most powerful one there is. Now he seeks to help those espers who are being persecuted by the humans. He will use force if he has to. Number 3. Chrono Crusade. This story takes place in the early 20th century. America is going through a ridiculous, unpredictable period. There's instability, change, and some hideous demons who pop up every now and then, but their frequency isn't slowing things down. Since it was the need of the hour, an organization is formed whose job is to counter the demons. One of the branches employed a young sister named Rosette and her partner, Chrono. They're a bit sloppy at doing their jobs, but they always see it through till the end. As for what drives these two youngins, it is something much sinister than just the pursuit of heroism. Number 2. Blackjack. Blackjack is the story that came out in the early 90s, but it also receives a prequel in 2015, which features the earlier days of the protagonist named Kuro Hazama. He is a legendary figure in the medical world, and everyone refers to him as the Blackjack. By working together with his assistant named Pinocchio, Blackjack has continuously saved lives which even the licensed veterans couldn't save, despite the fact that he isn't even a licensed doctor himself. His service do come at a hefty price though, but regardless, there is not a man who can deny his medical skill set and the lengths he'll go in to order to save a patient. A legendary man indeed. Number 1. Trigun. A man named Vash the Stampede is someone who happens to have a $60 billion bounty on his head. He is about as infamous as one can get. Not only is he a merciless tyrant who eliminates anyone who opposes him, he also turns lively cities into wastelands just for his own amusement. Destruction and death are nothing but an ordinary occurrence wherever he goes. But whatever the people may say about him, Vash is really just a normal guy who has never even taken a life before. He is a softie who savors donuts. However, well, how will he explain all of this to the assassins that will be coming after his head? Things are about to get complicated. So guys, what do you think of these animes? Have you watched them or are you planning on watching them? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, press the like button if you enjoyed the video. Not to mention subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed and I'll personally reply to the comment. There are many legendary protagonists in this anime and manga. I didn't want to list it to be too mainstream, so I went with a few considerations, obscure choices, which I'm sure you'll definitely enjoy. Well then, I'll see you guys on my next video.